Hey everyone! This is a trading review covering the dates between May 25th and June 14th. During the period across Binance and Bybit, the total PNL was minus 49.5 USDT with an average order size of 595 USDT. There were a total of 1,155 trades, with 813 profits and 342 losses for a win-lose ratio of 2.38. This is a very different profile from previous periods. The order size is less than one-third of what it used to be, while the number of trades has quadrupled over prior weeks. Let's see why that is and what happened. On Binance, there was only one strategy running. At this point, there is a reluctance to even really call it a strategy. It seems more like trial and error and constant readjustment. On Binance, the overall adjusted ROE was plus 5.7% across over 500 trades at an average order size of 880 USDT. The adjusted PNL was plus 50.7 USDT. There were 11 trades with stop losses squeezed beyond minus 100%, going as low as minus 225%, and a core crash as well. As you can see, the order size varies dramatically from 100 to 3,000 USDT. Let's address that. In the beginning of the period, the focus was solely on Binance. Keeping the order size at 1,500, there was the usual refining the whitelists and distances, and it seemed to be doing okay, raking up 177 USDT in profits in the first 4 days. Then, on the 30th of May, the situation turned around. 14 profits averaging 0.27% versus 14 losses averaging minus 1%. The running PNL was brought down to just over plus 20 USDT. The previous video mentioned a thought experiment about a choice one has to make to either persevere or cool down after a setback like this. How low are you willing to go and still persevere without flinching? Here, the choice was made in favor of carrying on. No change in order size or overall approach. It then seemed to work for the next 4 days, bringing the PNL back up to 119. The momentum seemed solid. Moreover, the test algos were still outperforming the live ones 2-to-1, with an ROE of almost 19% versus 9% on live. So, a more dramatic decision was made. All test algos were converted to live, completely as is. No performance filters, no delta filters, nothing. Order sizes were set to 2,000 USDT. Also, removed from the algos were two types of coins: the few hopelessly bad performers, and also those coins that never had a single trade in the prior 2 months so as to release more margin. The next day was fantastic, earning 152.8 USDT, which is more than the prior 10 days combined. Now we're cooking. Then came the 5th of June. Before going any further, let's briefly see what was happening in parallel on Bybit. Well, not much until the decision to convert all tests to live. The same exact approach was applied here, except not even removing the silent coins. The first day on Bybit after conversion was fine, making 33 USDT. So, by the end of June 4th, the total PNL across both exchanges was over 300 USDT. Then there's that day again, June 5th. Let's look at it hour by hour. Before 7 a.m. terminal time, all had been well. Both exchanges combined earned another 72 USDT. Then, in the next 3 hours, the total was brought down to pretty much zero. No big deal. Which cannot be said about the next hour. Minus 229 combined. Continue or stop? Continue or stop? That was the question. The losses were mainly due to only two culprits. River on Bybit losing 146 USDT in one shot, and whatever this is on Binance losing over 100 in one shot. Alright, it's a tough decision, but continue we must. Blacklist those two coins for today and wait for things to rebalance themselves. Checking the overall P&L at around 3 p.m. terminal time was reassuring. The algos made back around 100 USDT. The next check was done 2 hours later, and minus 533. No thanks. Stop everything right now. I don't care if it's 1 or 2 or 52 coins. Stop immediately. A very emotional decision, and there is no way to know whether it was the right or the wrong one, because everything remained stopped for the next 2 days to allow time to come to terms with whatever this was and to think about how to dig my way out of this hole. So, the attempted way out was this. Keep the algos, keep the whitelists, keep the overall method, but with a twist. Start small. Instead of 2,000 USDT orders, the starting point was just 200 USDT. The next day, remove coins that were obviously bad and increase the order size by 1 or 200. The next day, do the same. Rinse and repeat. The idea was to remove bad actors before they do major damage. Then, with increased order sizes, give the good actors a chance to earn more in absolute terms. In about a week, the orders ended up around 600 to 700. When it starts feeling shaky, reset orders to low and do the whole ladder again. There was also a cool-down performance filter introduced, where if a coin loses more than a sum of about 3% in price change in 1 hour, it goes to sleep for 3 hours. Other than that, leave the algos be. This is survival mode. With this method, the algos have been slowly climbing out of the hole. Binance was kinda stagnant, but Bybit seemed pretty consistent, recouping about 170 USDT on an average order size of just 235. That is 72% ROE for the last week on live. So far, for both exchanges put together, there hasn't been a single losing day. This is slow, but it seems consistent. Not the kind of drama witnessed before, with one day being up plus 185, while the next day being down minus 533. Let's see what happens next. There are no awards today. The show's not over yet.